You're listening to the Law Enforcement Pirate Radio Network. Radio Free Larry presiding.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Radio Free Larry.
All right, here we go again. Buckle up. Rougher roads ahead. So, no, I wasn't afraid of anything I did, but there was just no way to, live a life and push through that thing that the government had criminally and corruptly caused in my life. And besides, God said, just keep moving on. They made a decision, and there's nothing you can do about it. They used 9/11 as a reason to destroy people's lives, saying they're investigating something that was all set up. 9/11 happened. Those people did it, but there could have been people in government that allowed something to happen, and it turned out to be that. If you, I told you, if you turn a blind eye to terrorists long enough, they're going to engage in some terrorism somewhere. So again, in turning a blind eye, they didn't know that it was going to be the Twin Towers. Most likely true. Let's not sit here and play some idiot billionaire millionaire game where their cronies are in government and they lie about everything just to be part of that billionaire millionaire world and life. So again, I hope you all like all the millions and billions that you're losing. Have fun. I told you to stop, all of you. You won't listen. Glad to see Venezuelan oil is being pumped. So I'm actually a nice guy. Didn't say that till recently, and who it was. I was beat down. I mean, they tortured me. They drugged me. They did all the things I said they did. There's only so much you can do to stay alive. You have to disconnect from where they make the mess. Again, I'm almost positive that it's a direct energy. It could be a drug. There's drugs out there that they could get into your food chain to cause your body to tighten up. However, I'm suspecting that it's direct energy because when I laid in that bed again, it started happening in Naples. If I went out on the one eye, it wouldn't happen. And they rented that apartment behind my head where I slept all the time, a condo. But again, when you're being operated, and that's why they operate all the time. I just had 2 women just try to operate me just now. They'll go to hell, believe me. No matter how many times I go to church and say Jesus. I don't even care if they're real cops or not. Jesus didn't authorize you to be a cop, any of you. He authorized you to visit people that were arrested by police officers. Apparently, I want to increase it because I'm going to leave. This is an excuse, holiday season or not, but it's a lie. This is what they do. They cause things to investigate around Thanksgiving and Christmas, and then they put people into that investigation and say, oh, that person has to be investigated for this. So around Thanksgiving and Christmas, they destroy their lives by harassing them with the fake role-playing bullshit lie investigations. Just wait. When God gets you, you're going to have hell at Christmas and hell at Thanksgiving. Believe you me. Whatever you're doing to others will be done to all of you, even before hell. Unless God takes you today. That's all a possibility. Apply a few more curses. Y'all don't want to stop? That's fine with me. Just let the world know what actually happened. Plus, again, I'm being tortured while they're doing this. So, again, you won't. I shouldn't even actually recall it, is what should have happened. The reality is, if they would have let my live pick up, I would have never thought of any of it. What they tell everybody is they have to do it so I don't speak about it. Because I would have moved on in life and never even thought much of it. So, again, they're cucking their bosses to pay them. That thing came out. I almost fell for it because, like, a news article actually, who was it that did? I can't remember which news agency, but it said that Trump was talking about cucking Elon or something. Oh, wait a minute, that's the road. I thought it was on a different road. So again, remember, Hobby Lobby's operating me. And for all I know, they're working with a government to operate me, but it's all psychological torture. And they'll say that they're investigating. So they're doing all this crazy stuff. And what do you think happened in the middle of it? They get investigated and then fined. And I'm sure things are happening in their personal life also. So again, your billions won't protect you once God gets through to you. And then, of course, everybody dies and goes off to an afterlife, and you'll all go to hell. I mean, Elon's weird. I mean, I'm growing short with all of you. I accept some of his ignorance as being ignorance. I mean, he doesn't really have a well-rounded world because he got wealthy so fast. And I guess his parents, kind of coddled him and spoiled him. 100%. But if he's gonna like walk around saying freedom while he's propping up fascism, and I mean real fascism, I'm not some crazy liberal. Everybody knows you all want a deep state to screw off everybody else and protect you all from being investigated. And you could have probably had that world if you wouldn't have tried to kill people. I mean, God only requires so much because the other people want the same thing you want. But I was never part of that. I'm not part of corruption in any way, shape, or form. And if I ask an investigation go forward, I demand that there's no corruption within it. I'm not asking you to trump up charges against anybody. And I will say to my dying breath, it was proper to investigate Trump with what was going on, but apparently the investigators bullshitted and never should have. Well, that connection to Russia, you have to investigate it. Right? And then, of course, he started working KKK and Nazis, and he's allowed to do that, but then he can be investigated for that because he's trying to ascend to the highest office in the land, and he's trying to bring David Duke along with him. I mean, we have to look at something, right? That's what I said even about the impeachment. I said, it's bullshit. You didn't do an investigation. You don't know what everything is. 100%. I still say it's bullshit. You're not allowed one side or the other to because loses the little guy because nobody ever cares if they do that to the little guy. So in 2010, I start screaming and trying to support the Republicans because the Obama administration's failing miserably and they're deep stating and all that shit. So I finally had enough, and I said, I should have went the wrong store. Shit. I actually want to go somewhere else. And the Republicans jump on board with it, and they start, yelling freedom, from the deep state and all that. But yet they're it. I clear the way with my stuff. You used my stuff, all of you, and it got you somewhere. And then you do me once you get in office. You bring up all these upstarts who are a bunch of idiots, like Charlie Kirk. And you try to use him to F me off? He'll rot in hell, that little lying shit. Sure, they got a few investigation on his ass, or investigations. Y'all think you're funny, right? Trying to stroke me out, give me a heart attack, and all that crazy shit. Actually, I turned the wrong way. Must have cursed me. Oh, actually, God's operating me because there are people around. Because if I keep spinning around going different directions, they don't know which direction to go. This is what they do during holiday season. They'll burn in hell, man. They'll throw at you the cases where they actually save children. And act like, oh, this is all I do, and I save children. That's what a psycho. That's what a psycho does, so that they can torture and harm others. They go out and they investigate a couple real cases here and there. God would tell me when I was in Santa Fe, because they're out. I said, where are they at now? They're not around. God says, well, they're out investigating a real case, because now that people are looking at them kind of weird because they keep doing shit to you, and all these other cases are going uninvestigated, and they'll go out and investigate a real case, and they're back, and God will say, okay, yeah, they solved that case, arrested somebody. Now they're coming after you, saying you're the other person, like you're the same kind of guy. But see, that's how Satan does it. They talk about you like that, and then it starts possessing you. So again, when people start looking at them strange because they're just chasing innocent people, they go off after a real case. They arrest a real criminal, and they may have created the criminal. I don't know, but it's a real case per se. Then they come back at their victim and they say, "Well, this guy's just like that guy we just arrested." This is what they do every time. I mean, the world's full of shit, man. The reason crime's up is because cops are shit anymore. Nobody told you all to be in that job. We say, well, we're doing this, we're doing that. Nobody told you to be in that job. What you're doing is you're taking the real cops out, you pieces of shit. And you're the last man standing? Nah, you're the last fuck you that wasn't drugged and had their life destroyed by criminals dealing drugs and human trafficking. Because you're a piece of shit like they are. That's what they do. They kill real cops, man. All the fake cops, all the bullshit cops, they keep in there and they laugh. Hey, we just arrested somebody. Isn't it funny? Hey. Idiots. You and your daily caller, buddy. Idiots. That's part of the spycraft, the daily caller name. That's how they harass people. They call them every day. And then, it's some bullshit. Like with me, they would call robocalls, and I suspect the robocalls were forwarded. But they would play a sound before the robocall played, so that every time the robocall came in, it would be that sound. And I was like, well, I got to see how he reacts. I mean, I've only been in this a year. I don't know. You'll be in hell before a year. That's what we all hope. Merry F you, miss. You wanted to warn me during Christmas season, all of you. Then there'll be war. Now, I don't act out physically, but God will. I know I don't think I'm God by any stretch of the imagination. This is war. They're using military techniques of war. CIA itself is a military technique, the things they do. But they're also using military intelligence techniques. So let's Perla. Where's Perla? Perla's another millionaire that nobody's ever going to press charges on, probably. There they are. She's one of them. If I moved into Florida, Pearlie would move next door and come out and shake her ass at me and ignore me. While they all try to trigger me to want to be with somebody. It's not mental illness, fuck yous. It's torture. And you're fucking part of it, Justice Department. So look at yourself first. They're probably here just to go through it and make me look like shit in the end. In the end is a big one. Well, prove you're not, and then I'll say okay. Otherwise, F you. It doesn't go, oh, my peeps are here. Ooh. Just about ruined my family, man. Ruined everything. They're just pieces of shit, really. Prove you're not. Prove you're not by doing fucking something right. Instead of having fake investigations and fake investigators fuck it up and then laugh in the end. Well, stay peaceful. Praise God in all that you do. Praise God.